Hello YouTube, this is Charlie426 or Marosai426, and today we have the DX IXA driver or IXA Belt. Now this I bought like 2 to 3 years ago, as usual. This, however, is the Korean version of the IXA Belt. Now, as I said in my other videos, I don't like the Korean version of the Kamen Rider toys, but that's starting from Kamen Rider Double. Before Double, basically until Decade, the Korean version of the Kamen Rider toys were okay. The only difference were like really slightly like unnoticeable. Like for example, the only difference between the Korean version of the Fai's toys and the Japanese version is the characters in the cell phone. Basically, so the Japanese version would have Japanese kanji on it. The Korean version would have Korean, words on it. So that's the only difference. And Decade Belt, for example, the only difference would be the cards, where everything would be that was written in English or Japanese would be in Korean. So that's all. So the IXA Belt, basically, it doesn't have any difference with the Japanese version. So that's why I bought this. Also, by the way, now mentioning that today I went to the department store and saw the latest Kamen Rider toys in Korea. Yeah, there are some issues I need to talk about, so I will make another video about that. But for now, let's start with the review. As I said, this is the IXA Belt. No difference with the Japanese version. Of course, I scrapped the box because even though that was the time I started to collect the boxes, I decided for myself I am not going to collect the Korean version of the boxes, so I scrapped that right away. So yeah, these are the contents. Basically, you get the belt itself. Of course, this comes detached, but okay. And you get 6 whistles, or whistles I guess whistles would be better. Yeah, you get 3 of main of the IXAs: IXA Knuckle, the IXA Riser, and the IXA Caliber. And on this side, you get Kiva's main 3, where in the show the only one that IXA used was this, but yeah, you get the other 3 as well. So let's get started. I already put in the batteries. First, let's take this part off. There's a button for this to unhook the handle part, so we'll unhook that. Now, this part does not have any electronics into it. This is the main part where it has electronics into it. So this is where you put the batteries in. You push this and take it out. Also requires 2 AAA batteries. Okay, so yeah, to be honest, the reason I actually like this belt is that it's almost, how should I say, size and show accurate. Of course, it's not 100% accurate because, as you can see in the show, I believe he could put all 4 fingers and still there will be more space. But as you can see, it's kind of tight for me. I'm not sure if it's just me, but yeah. Also, this is another thing I need to mention for my reviews or the toys I buy, is that sometimes I would not buy the main rider's belt. I would buy the secondary rider's belt and just be satisfied with that. So, and to be honest, Kiva was one of the least favorite of my series, so that's why I bought this one, which the more rider I kind of more prefer. So yeah, this is why I got this one. Also, as you can see, some of you might have seen my white wizard driver. So basically, after buying that, I decided for myself I'm not buying the wizard driver or the beast driver. So that's how it works for me. So hope you understand that. So yeah, without further ado, let's try to turn it on. Oh yeah, by the way, before turning it on, there's a trigger button here, and this is where you can actually press. This is where you can actually press it to transform, where in the show he does the knuckle thing. So let's try to turn it on. So yeah, as you saw, LED here. I believe there's another one in front, so let's try that. Yep, there we go. Okay. At this form, there's a few noises. Well, one noise I guess you can make is that by just pressing the trigger, makes some sort of a I don't know, burning noise, I guess. But yeah, but I believe if you keep holding the trigger, it makes some sort of charging noise. So let's try that. As you can see, it gets faster. To be honest, it's kind of late, and I don't want to make it too noisy, so I'll just leave it like that. So yeah, without further ado, now let's try a transformation. As in the show, he does the... Wait, should I do it? I'll just do it like this. Oh wait. Oh yeah. There's one thing, another gimmick I forgot to explain. This was never shown in the show, I believe. But if you just press this part, it will make the IXA knuckle will say a few things. As you just heard, it's a "How are you?" So let's try that again. Yeah. This thing says a lot of various things. So also in Japanese, funny. So yeah, as you can see, the accents are exactly the same. So as you can see, I'll mention that in a different video. So I think we already did one lap. So yeah, let's try the transformation now. Yeah, sorry about that. There we go. Yeah, I think this is one of those builds that has the loudest sound effects ever. Yeah, as one of my all-time complaints for Kamen Rider toys, well, sometimes that they have these really loud sound effects. So that's one thing, but overall it's okay. And I believe once you take this out and then put it in again without doing the knuckle thing, it will do the transformation noise, except it won't have the IXA knuckle ready. As you can see, you saw me kind of struggle there because I'll be honest, even though this is one of my favorite belts, I always have to struggle to transform because I'm not sure if I have to just do it or do the knuckle, press the trigger and then do the knuckle thing. So sorry about that. Now at this mode, basically the main things you can do is that make some different noises. First of all, before going to IXA's main, you know what, let's try IXA's main whistles. Let's see, I guess let's take this one out first because it's far away from my hand. This is the IXA Riser fuzzle whistle. I'm sorry, even though I watched Kiva a few times, I always keep struggling how to pronounce these, so I hope you understand. So in the show, Kiva uses these devices to he puts it in the mouths of Kivats, but for IXA he puts it here, and then he presses the trigger knuckle into the belt itself again, so it makes different noise. Of course, this is kind of random sometimes, but sometimes it won't read exactly because sometimes it won't be pressed properly. I'll show you the gimmicks why this is happening. So yeah, let's hope everything works fine. So yeah, that was the powered IXA. Makes a dragon noise. And then we'll go for the next one. The one that was kind of used quite often in the show. Well, mostly I guess. The IXA knuckle. As you can see, it looks like the front view of the knuckle on this part. Put it here, and this one, after you do the knuckle inside insert thing, you have to take this off, and then you can put show the actual sound effects. But of course, since we have more whistles to do, I will put it back in, but it will make the noise. So I'll just show you that later. So let's try this. So yeah, that's basically a standby noise. Now we can take... Oh, great. Okay, I don't know why that happened, but I think we need to do that again. No, well, luckily we don't need to. I guess that was just a mistake how I touched it, but yeah. As you can see, we just fired the knuckle blaster. We can do this 3 times, and after that, it will make a different noise. So we already did that once. We'll go for the second one. Let me just find the speakers. I think this is the part. Second, and then last shot. As you can see, well, I forgot to show, but it will be flashing red there. Basically, we did that 3 times, and let's try to make another one more noise. As you can see, it makes a different noise. Basically, we're out of, power or something like that. So yeah, we'll try. I'll just show you one more time of how the front side looks when we shoot that. Yeah, I think the less budget was used while building this partially. Okay, I think I really need to fix a few parts in this, but let's try that again. So yeah, that's how it looks like. Sorry for not showing that a little bit earlier. So yeah, we're done with that finally. Sorry about that. I don't know, because I do take care of my toys properly, but sometimes even though I do it properly, it's just the age that kind of affects it. So maybe that's why. Because Korea has a lot of these in stock that's not been sold yet, including the DK driver. So hope you can guess how old these are. And finally, we have the which one call it, IXA caliber. Let's try that. This one, you don't need to take this off. It's just itself noise. Oh boy. As you can see, it's just a Castle Doran. Yeah, sometimes it will misread the thing. So let me do that again. So that was IXA caliber. Of course, in the show, while the standby noise, he'll be charging his sword and slashing his enemies. Basically, that was IXA's one of his main finisher attacks. So yeah, we did IXA's main whistles. Now we have the 3. Let's try the purple one. Sorry if, because Kiva is one of those series that I'm not really used to the names of the characters and stuff, because I'm not good at memorizing names. So hope you understand that. I hope this works. Yeah, Doka. As you can see, it says Doka fake. Basically, these whistles in Kiva, they're used to summon or call his, how should I say, weapons, I guess. And these, and for IXA, these are main purpose is to kind of like snatch them or hijack it. As in the show, I believe there was a scene where Kiva called the Garu whistle, but he also used it to hijack the weapon. So yeah, we got the second one. Yeah, that was really loud for me. So yeah, that was Basha Fake. Never used in the show, but he always had it in this, side, just in case, I guess. And then finally Gauru Fake, which was kind of the most used in the show as well, in terms of Kiba. So yeah, let's do this. So yeah, now since we reviewed all 6 of them, I guess now it's time to show you how the Kiva belt and the IXA belt actually their gimmicks work now. Well, I can't. It's kind of difficult to say they actually scan it, but the most easiest way of telling this is that they use the gimmick of the Forza driver. Of course, that was basically, if you take this off, you know what? I think I should turn this off just in case. So basically, once you put a whistle in, depending on like they have these special pegs here, like here, they all have different patterns. As you can see, the IXA caliber and knuckle, they have different patterns on the bottom. So, wait, let me just rearrange those. So basically, once you put it in here in the slot, and there's these small things that will pop up depending on the shape. And basically, the IXA knuckle, this part would be pressed. So, and depending on the pattern, it will be making different noises. As you can see, this belt does not have the Castle Duran, but somehow when you press it, of course, if you don't press it properly, it will, some of them won't be pressed. So, as you can see, sometimes you can hear random combinations. So that's how the IXA belt works. So yeah, that's basically it. Sorry for like some malfunctions, I guess, or I hope it's just me, or that's just normal for anybody else. So thank you for watching. Hope this was informative. Leave any comments that would help me improve my videos, or somehow solve some issues with my toys. Yeah, thank you for watching. Let's hope we can meet again. Thank you.